Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Yesterday, we were invited by my sister-in-law to their house for the holiday lunch. We haven't seen them for quite some time, ever since the beginning of COVID-19. Since then, they have addition to their family, who are 3 grandkids. I decided I'm going to bring a dish, and I believe that they would enjoy. For protein, it is going to have egg, shrimp, and chicken. And for vegetable, it's going to have cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, as well as carrots, all vegetables that I believe that they enjoy. For carbohydrate, I'm going to use angel hair pasta noodles to make a lo mein. The reason I decided to make a lo mein because a dish like this could be eaten cold without the need of warming it up. Over the years, I discovered this is probably one of the best dishes to bring to a potluck. This dish is cooked with 3 different templates. The first template is the stir-frying shrimp and chicken together. This template is very useful because you can include both proteins in the same dish. And the second template is my basic vegetable medley stir-fry template. To cook this portion of the dish, I choose vegetables that I know my in-laws will enjoy. The third template is how to make a lo mein, in this case directly with the vegetable ingredients. And the fourth template for this dish is to make soy sauce egg. Basically, this is a very simple template. It is hard-boiled egg, and then you cook it in soy sauce with different spices. It is a great addition to any meal. So okay, let's go into the kitchen and get going. This dish contains 4 parts. The first part is shrimp and chicken stir fry. And I'm going to use 8 ounces of chicken to cook this dish. And using my method of prepping chicken in advance, I can go from the freezer to the wok in about 10 minutes. And next, I thawed out some shrimp. While I'm waiting for the shrimp and chicken to be thawed out, I'm going to start cooking the vegetable portion of this dish first. I'm going to cook this dish in my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of canola oil. I then heat up the oil until it starts to smoke gently to create a non-stick cooked surface. This is my spot seasoning method to season the wok. If you're not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. I'm going to start with 3 cups of cauliflower, 1 cup of Brussels sprout, and 1 cup of thinly sliced carrot. This is then followed by 4 cups of broccoli. I'm going to stir fry the contents until they are well coated with oil. Coating them with oil is important during this particular phase of stir frying, because of the hot temperature of the oil will allow the Maillard reaction to take place. It is at this temperature between 250 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the chemical molecules on the surface of the food ingredients will turn into flavor molecules. If you notice there is not enough oil to cover the food ingredients, you can add some more. At this point, I noticed that some of the food ingredients has been browned. I decided now I'm going to switch to my water-based stir frying, which is by adding a small amount of water at a time. This will reduce the temperature of the wok, therefore prevent the foods from burning. And by adding only a limited amount of water, as you notice that the water evaporates almost immediately as they hit the bottom of the wok. So this will keep the wok temperature relatively high for the Maillard reaction to continue. You notice that I deposit the water directly on the area where food ingredients has been stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. And by using the wok spatula, I was able to scrape them off. This will allow me to return the flavor back to the dish, as well as to clean the wok at the same time. And I call this method a spot cleaning. To season the vegetable, I'm going to start out by seasoning the dish with 1 teaspoon of mushroom seasonings. The mushroom seasoning is a natural extract from mushrooms to enhance the umami flavor of the dish. So at this point, I continue to add more water so that to the point I will add enough water, there will be water sitting at the bottom of the wok. At the same time, I use my spot cleaning method to continue to clean off anything that might have stuck and burned to the bottom of the wok. This is an excellent way to clean your wok as you cook, because by the time when you take the wok to the sink for cleaning, it will be much easier. By now, I will have water accumulate at the bottom of the wok, and this is the time when the vegetable is being steamed. Steaming turned out to be the best way to soften the texture of the vegetables. And I will do some taste tests along the way, and you can decide how soft you want the texture of vegetable going to be. And after I did a quick taste test, I decided I'm going to season it with 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce in combination with 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. This will create a very light teriyaki flavor for the dish. After a quick brief mixing, the dish is done. Next, I'm going to add 3 cups of angel hair pasta noodles. I have cooked these noodles in advance, and they usually have a shelf life up to a week in the refrigerator. I use these noodles for many different purposes, from just regular spaghettis to pan-fried noodles. I then use a pair of tongs to tease them apart. After mixing the content thoroughly, I transfer them to an aluminum foil serving tray. And the total cook time in making this vegetable lo mein is approximately about 10 minutes. And by this time, my chicken and shrimp has been thawed, so I'm now ready to cook that. Before I cook the chicken and shrimp, I cook both of them with a thin layer of cornstarch because I'm going to shallow fry them to create a crispy breading that is light but very delicious. After I heat up the oil, I'm first going to put 8 ounces of chicken on the surface of the wok, and I'm going to lay that out in a flat layer. I'm going to use a method known as shallow frying, which I'm going to fry the chicken on one side first before I turn them over. The Cuisina 14-inch wok is great for this purpose because it has a relatively large flat surface area, which is about 9 inches across. This allows the wok to serve many other different cooking functions in addition to stir frying. In this case, I'm using it as a small frying pan. It takes about 45 to 60 seconds to fry one side of the chicken, and then I turn it over to fry the other side. In this case, you notice that the chicken is very nicely brown. The reason for that is that I add a little bit sugar to the cornstarch that enhances the browning of the chicken. In addition, you can always add herbs and spices to enhance the flavor of the chicken. And at this point, I'm going to add the shrimp to the wok. Now, this is an approach known as sequential cooking, which is a method that allows you to cook everything in the same wok. By adding the ingredients in different order, this will allow you to control their texture and doneness. The ingredients that you want to cook less, then you add them later during the cooking process. In this case, the shrimp takes shorter time to cook than the chicken, and this is the reason I add the shrimp later. I am very particular with the texture of the shrimp, so I always try to be very careful not to overcook them. It looks like everything is almost ready. I switch to the wok spatula to stir fry the content together. In cooking this dish, my main concern is the shrimp. I do not want to overcook them, so I pay careful attention to the texture of the shrimp as I stir fry them. By this point, it looks like everything is cooked just exactly how I like them. I noticed that some of the cornstarch has stuck and burned to the bottom of the wok. These actually contain great flavor. So I'm going to use a little bit of water to detach them. This will return the flavor back to the dish. I'm just using a small amount of water. At the same time, I am also creating a very light sauce. Okay, now the dish is done. I'm going to garnish it with some scallions. And with a few quick mix, the dish is ready to serve. And the total cook time of this dish is very fast. It's only about 4 to 5 minutes. And finally, I serve them right over the noodles. And to complete the dish, I top them with soy sauce eggs. I cook this dish in less than 20 minutes using my fast cooking system, which is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. I post a video every day to help people to adopt my fast cooking system for everyday cooking. It is practical, efficient, rapid, fusion, economical, creative, and tasty. Of course, most importantly, for the purpose of wellness. At the same time, enjoy the food that you will love. And if you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.